What's up? So today is Monday, December 8th. I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. So coming into the session, I do have a bullish bias. So I feel like the really clear draw that we're going toward right now is well, there's this high over here from like previous day high. I feel like that is an obvious draw. And there's also this unmitigated daily fair value gap we came really close to. So I could definitely see us hitting that. But I just don't like how close we are to it, because I could definitely see today being one of those days where we just rip up at open and just like hit that and just not give me an entry. But I mean, technically London lows have been swept out. ES almost took out Asia, but it like edged Asia. I would really love for ES to come out and take out Asia and put in like an SMT there. That would be very clean, honestly. Looks like, is NQ? Oh yeah, NQ is pulling back actually. That's not bad. So we almost took out Asia. You're looking at the 1 second chart? Get off the 1 second chart. Honestly, so there's no way we're leaving behind equal lows with Asia low on ES. Darky Knight said, "Yo, Tim, morning man." Good morning, Darky Knight. Happy to see you again. How are you, bro? He said, "Nice hoodie, dude. Thanks." I own a lot of hoodies, to be honest. I also get cold easy though, so. Honestly, for me to take longs, I really want to see Asia lows get taken, because at this moment in time right now, ES made equal lows with Asia. Right? I mean, am I bugging? That's so it's not only Asia, is that true day open? There's no way. I can't take longs until I get swept. You said NQ ripping? Yeah, NQ is really ripping. I just want a small pullback so that ES can take out these lows. So there we go. So ES took Asia lows. You said I'm looking for price to take out London lows. Yeah, honestly, that would be nice. Cause like what I'm saying right now is I feel like ES taking out Asia lows is like the bare minimum I could look for to take a long. Like it would be better if NQ could come down and take out London lows. Well, technically it already did take out London lows like immediately after, but I'm not really counting that as London lows being swept. You said ES filled new week opening gap. I didn't even check that, to be honest. So right now I'm kind of waiting to see if like a 5-minute gap's gonna open here, because I feel like if we opened up like a 5-minute gap here, that'd be an amazing condition where I could say like, if we traded back into it and get a reaction out of it, I could take a long. But if we inverse it, I could take a short. You said I requested my first ever payout, man. 4,800. I'm so happy. That's an amazing size payout. Congratulations, man. I guess, was that 150K account? Oh, you said across overall 3 accounts. Okay. So I guess what? 4.8 divided by 3 is... I'm bad at math. Oh, 1,600 across 3 accounts. Not bad. Not bad at all. We might not even open up this 15-minute if we're just going to keep pushing down. I'm sorry, this 5-minute, I should say. Honestly, I feel like we could hit this 930 low on NQ. If I could get a reaction, like if we could sweep out this 930 low and react off that, that would be another clean entry, honestly, in my opinion. I wonder if we're honestly probably not gonna open up this 5-minute. So we still have 1 more minute until this 5-minute gap might open up. I might have spoken too soon. It honestly might open up. This might be a tiny 5-minute gap if it opens up. No 5-minute gap. So, for me to take a long at this point, I'd have to see this low get taken over here. I mean, I guess the 930 low was already taken on ES, but ES is just dumping right now. Yeah, honestly, even though I'm bullish bias, if we just start like moving up right now without taking out this 930 low, it'd be hard for me to look for longs. Because in my opinion, I feel like this 930 low needs to get taken before we continue up, honestly. Like, I know there's an SMT there and all, but I feel like when we start getting close, right, like in this case, like what we came down to 790, and this is what, almost 780, so it's like we came 10 points away from this 930 low, and not 930 lows and highs, in my opinion, are kind of strong draws. It's kind of like the same idea with like a data high or data low. Like if we came really close to a data high or low but never hit it, like I would not take a trade away from there. But if we sweep out this low, I mean, we're sweeping out a low inside a 15-minute gap. Like at that point, we'd be like delivering for something significant. I mean, you can look at the 1 second chart in trading view if you pay. Ooh, I like that. So we took out the 930 low. It's exactly what I want to see. Gotta lock in. So I gotta pay attention to what is the highest time frame fair value gap in this leg right now. One of the cool things about this is I feel like if I do take this 30-second, like if I get an entry up here, my break-even point is honestly pretty nice, I feel like. It'd be nicer if we could get a 1 minute cap to take an inverse off of, but... Actually, you know, now that I think about it though, technically, I guess my break-even point should be at this high. But I'd prefer if a 1 minute gap were to open up. What is that? Is there news that I missed? There's no 1 minute gap, right? There's no 2 minutes. There's no 3 minutes. There's no 4 minute. I don't want to take the 30-second. That was a very strong handle, but I'm kind of confused. Like, why was that? Like, what was this right here? I should check Forex Factory. There is... No, that's a 30-second gap. Never mind. That candle concerned me. Honestly, this setup could work out, but I'm not taking it. Hit ES, took the daily low. I mean, even if it took a daily low, it shouldn't. Like, look at the 1 second chart. Like, why? What is this? You're telling me it moved... Oh my god, it moved 30 points in a second. What is that? If we could maybe open up like a 5 minute gap and I could take continuation long, but... I mean, part of the reason though, like I'm passing up on this setup, this 30-second right here, is because one, like, I could stretch this with my discretion, but like, we took the internal high connected with this price leg, and I really don't like, I don't know, I just like going break even when we take the internal high or low, and we already took that. And like, I could have said I'll go break even up here, but I'm not willing to use discretion on a setup that like just shot up out of nowhere. I'm not too clear why. Yeah. Because on top of that, like on the 1 second, there's got to be this huge imbalance. Like I know time's fractal and like this is a 1 second gap, so it's not like it means much, but like that's just a huge imbalance. I guess we're respecting this 1 minute gap we created though. I really wish there was some like 2 minute gap here I could take some form of inverse off of. It's honestly looking like I made a good decision though, passing up on this 30-second. I don't know. I genuinely don't even know how to explain it, but like something just told me not to take that setup. We also took the internal high, so technically I should have been break even. But so honestly, if we can come and sweep, on the 15 minute, we just opened up a new 15-minute candle. Because the only thing I was thinking about is if let's say we don't come down and sweep out these lows, which it'd be preferable if we're gonna come down and sweep them out. But if let's say that didn't happen, I'd want this 15-minute gap to hold. That's nice though. So we just took out the lows right next to London lows. They're technically not London lows, but I mean, there's a 15-minute gap we've tapped into here. There's one down here too. We never made it to that one, but cool. So we tapped into this 15-minute gap now too. So I'm pretty much just waiting for some form of like V-shaped recovery, right? Like because we just kind of push straight back down. If we push straight back up at any point, I would take a long off that. But I'm trying to think for bearish draws though. I mean, I know there's these stacked lows over here. We are getting into the 10 a.m. macro. So I feel like there's a lot of days where we reverse at like 10 a.m. But I just gotta wait for more price action to play out pretty much. I don't think it's going to open up, but if this 3 minute were to have opened up, that would have been nice, but because the thing is, this 3 minutes not going to open up, and I can't take an inverse off the 3 minute. Maybe the 2 minute, but the 2 minutes is not looking too clean. And there's no 4 minute. And there's probably not going to be a 5 minute. I feel like my stop loss in this is going to be crazy. Can I even get a 1-to-1 at this high? That's annoying. It would make my risk to reward a lot better if this 3-minute opened up and we could invert that, but I'm not hopeful that's going to happen. I might have to take this 2-minute. So this 3-minute might open up, which will give me a better risk reward. But it's also possible we could continue a little lower, honestly. Because I mean, like on the daily, right? We are bullish, right? Honestly, I feel like this unmitigated daily fair value gap, in my opinion, should get tapped into. Like I know technically, what there's an SMT at. No, there's not an SMT at those highs, but I know there's got to be an SMT somewhere in here. But like, I just feel like higher time frame we're bullish. You said if alpha futures didn't have the 10 tick or 2-minute rule, I'd be profiting. It works for me, not them. I guess you bought an eval at alpha futures? So this 3-minute gap is going to open up in like 5 seconds. If we can close through it immediately after, I'd probably try a long like that, to be honest. The only thing is the break-even point's kind of weird. Because technically, like the same high I want to go break-even at is like this gap up here. You said, yeah, I told you on IG I went with a bad strategy. Instead of starting the chart, went negative, and I have to call back up. Did you use my discount code when you bought it? So at least for right now, we're respecting this gap, but there's still like 1.5 to those candle closes. It would be nice if we could close like right up here. Give me a nice risk reward. So this 3 minutes holding. I gotta double check. Yeah, we open up a 4 minute. Okay. So technically, I would have to take this 4 minute inverse if I was gonna take an inverse, because this 4 minute is now the highest time frame. Because I mean, essentially, I'm looking for like the highest time frame fair value gap in this leg right here. But I am targeting an SMT high though, because like there's like this huge, was it up here SMT? Yeah, from here to here, right? You can see NQ took out that high, but ES never did. So I mean, I am targeting an SMT high, but it's in bullish order flow. So like obviously, like there's always going to be SMTs against you, but you can't like just take everyone and say, oh yeah, I can't take a trade that way. But I mean, this one's kind of holding right now, to be honest. So what it's gonna be 10 a.m. soon. So I always mark out 10 a.m. open. I talk about this like every day, I feel like, because like 10 a.m. is important because not only is it the start of a new 1 hour candle, but it's the start of a new 4 hour candle. So like when you ever hear like accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? Like you gotta think like it's gonna happen with all these candles, right? These 4 hour candles typically, like I feel like this one right here is probably a good example, right? Like imagine lower time frame, this candle is gonna open up. It's going to manipulate the opposite way it wants to go. And then it's going to start distributing the way it wants to go, right? So you got to think at the start of the 10 a.m. candle, it's very common that we're going to manipulate the opposite way. I want to see if this 15-minute gap is going to hold, because I can't really look for longs if we're going to invert this 15-minute gap. Because I mean, I base all my trades off of 5 and 15-minute fair value gaps. So I mean, if this one's not going to hold, got like 40 seconds till this candle closes. I feel like for me, best case scenario is we kind of start shooting up right now, but we'll see what happens. So that 15-minute gap did hold. Yeah, cool, it held. So I can still base a trade off this 15-minute fair value gap right here. You said what music are you playing? Honestly, I'm not too sure what's playing right now. I just have a bunch of like lo-fi beats that kind of alternate. I wonder, did it show me which one's playing exactly? I can check after stream. So I mean, where's 10 a.m. open? So I will mark out 10 a.m. open, but it doesn't necessarily have to have the manipulation like exactly at 10 a.m. Like, you've probably heard like the 10 a.m. macro, right? Like, honestly, I would consider this a manipulation the opposite way, because we manipulated down like all the way here into this 15-minute fair value gap. I mean, it would be nicer if 10 a.m. could manipulate down a little bit, but So this is the type of reaction I want to see. Hopefully we can keep continuing up. Yeah, this is what I want to see. So if we close through this 4-minute gap without hitting my break-even point, which my break-even point's really weird in this trade, I will admit, because there's an S&T at the high. So I go break-even when either NQ hits this high, like all the way up here. Right, this high up here is the break-even, but on ES, if we start putting an S&T, I want to be break-even, which is like this unfilled gap up here. But so we might not get a close through his gap just yet. Still have 50 seconds though. So 30 seconds till this candle closes. Honestly, so if this candle decides it wants to shoot up and close this gap last second, I'll probably take this, but it's probably not going to happen. And so at this point, now that we have tapped into this gap, I feel like the more time that goes on that we don't invert this gap makes it lower rated. Like, honestly, best case scenario, like this next candle, like this one forming right now, closes through this gap. Because I don't want to see it like tap into this, consolidate, tap into it again, consolidate. And honestly, even if I wanted shorts, I really couldn't take a short because we're not delivering from any 5 or 15-minute fair value gap. So it's just against my trading plan to take a short right now, even if my bias told me to. I was just about to say we might not get an entry in this candle, but still have 40 seconds. I mean, if this thing decides it wants to fly up and close through this gap, I'll try this, but it's got a long way to go in 20 seconds for that to happen. It's looking like right now NQ is a little stronger than ES. If we could even put in like an S&T at the low, that'd be nice. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen, but like if ES could come down, sweep out this low, but NQ never does. So I gotta wait another 4 minutes. Honestly though, like if this next 4-minute candle is not going to close this gap, I'm probably going to pass up on this setup. Because if this candle forming right now is not going to invert, it's kind of making me sus. So I mean, we swept out the high inside of this 4-minute fair value gap. You said the 3 minutes about inverse. I mean, nah, it didn't inverse. I mean, I'm personally looking at the 4-minute though, because it's like the highest time frame in this leg right here. That 4 minutes holding though. I mean, there's like a minor internal SMT now, but pretty minor. So it's looking like ES is going to take out this low. Hasn't done it yet. It's so close. So there is an S&T at the low, so hopefully we can start reacting up like right now. And I know I was talking about how I didn't want to see us take too long to invert that like gap, but honestly, only because we put an SMT at the low now. Like if we reverse up from this SMT, I'd consider it long, but we're just moving so bearish right now. In like lower time frame, there's not really entry here. Like there is this 1 minute. Is that 1 minute something I'm willing to take? Not at all, honestly. Like this 1 minute inverse right here. Like we come all the way up here and close to this 4 minute, that's different, but we haven't opened up a 5 or a 15-minute gap since market open. So I feel like that just makes it hard for me to trade. Since I feel like all my trades are just so dependent on 5 and 15-minute fair value gaps. But so right now, it's kind of the same thing as before, where I want to see this 15-minute gap hold down here for me to keep looking for longs. Because if we're going to invert this 15-minute, like according to my trading plan, I can't look for longs. So we have like 10 seconds. This can be close. So I guess it held, technically. Barely, but it still held. And what I'm looking at right now is, I mean, I genuinely don't think this is going to open up. But if we're able to open up a 5-minute here, that would give me a lot more context where I could either like take an inverse through this 5-minute instead, or maybe if I can get an entry where I could go break even when we tap into this unfilled 5-minute. But so yeah, there's no longer an SMT at that low because NQ took it out. I mean, I guess so on the 5-minute, there is this gap. It's not a 15-minute, so like I'm kind of stretching this here. We tapped into this 5-minute gap and we tapped into it once, swept at the low inside of it. So like maybe this is where we're gonna react from, but it's kind of a tricky day overall, to be honest. This 5 minutes not gonna open up. Yeah, and the reason that makes things so tricky though is because like if you look, like there's no fair value gap on like any time frame besides the 1 minute. And like, am I really gonna take a 1 minute inverse like all the way up here? No, I'm not. And like, what? There's this 30-second over here. I'm not taking this. You are not gonna catch me taking this. Like, yeah, it definitely might work out. You are not gonna catch me taking that. Honestly, I feel like this setup's gonna play out. Not something I'm willing to take, but you don't gotta go for crazy risk reward, but that could play out. I guess we took the internal high though. So that'd probably be just a break-even stop. I wish there was like an unfilled 15-minute gap that would open up here, but there just isn't. And there's not even a 5-minute. Price is pretty choppy today, to be honest. There's not much going on right now. I have so many drawings on my chart. I kind of want to clean this up. And that's the 4-minute. This is. I don't need to mark out this stupid 1 minute. So I mean, we have manipulated below 10 a.m. open. So like that is a good sign for longs, but I'm just getting no confirmation for longs whatsoever. Oh, I think I just realized my chat froze. Hope it hasn't been frozen for long. I gotta fix that. Nah, I missed nothing. That's cool. So I mean, there's like this little internal SMT, but it's just straight chop. I'm not gonna lie, at this point, I'm starting to flip bias a little bit. Especially like I feel like once we come out and start taking out like this low down here, I feel like we're just gonna rip through all these lows over here. The only thing is though, like since I base all my trades off of 5 and 15-minute fair value gaps, there's not a single fair value gap being created. Huh. There's genuinely not even a single fair value gap created anywhere around here. Like, these are just conditions I don't want to trade, to be honest. I mean, like, obviously I'm going to stay here and wait for conditions to clean up, but, like, just the combination of, like, I feel like higher time frame I wanted to be bullish, but we're just not going toward my target. We're going toward bearish targets, and we're just not opening up gaps. So, like, it's not like price action is trending, and I know the way, at least with my strategy with inversions, I feel like inversions work so much better when we're actually in a trending market, not just, like, chopping. I might have jinxed it though. We might be getting some motion down. So we just took out this low over here, which is that Asia low? I want to say it's Asia low. No, we took out Asia low a long time ago. I'm bugging. We are kind of reacting off that low, but I mean, let's see. So if we're able to open up this 5-minute gap, this would make things a lot easier for me. Because at that point, like I was talking about conditions, right? I could actually use this as a condition where if we trade into it, respect it, I'm looking for shorts. But if we invert it, we're probably reacting off this low right over here. I still gotta wait like 4 minutes for that gap to open up though. Wow, we're dumping. This is actually we're actually doing something exciting right now. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this. So yeah, I mean, remember I was talking about these stacked lows before? So we're just kind of running through these stacked lows. I'd expect these to just flush straight down. And then at this point, at least, we're probably going to tap into this 15-minute down here. So at the point of us, I mean, even if we come out and take out this low is technically also inside of a 15-minute gap. But I mean, essentially though, so once we come down, sweep out all these lows, I can start looking for longs again. And a good target, I mean, we're going to leave behind this unfilled 5-minute gap. That's a good target. There's kind of these stacked highs up here. But I just want to check if there's an SNT. Not because ES hasn't taken out that low yet either. Well, I guess. No, I lie. It did. You can see like this low over here. ES took it out a minute ago, but oh, what's up, Sam Rat? How are you? You said any trades today so far? No, I couldn't find anything so far, honestly. I feel like so far we've been pretty choppy. Like if you look in the 5-minute, like you probably remember I base all my trades off of like 5 and 15-minute fair value gaps. Like there's like no 5 and 15-minute gaps being created at all since market open. We might open one like right now, which is the first one. But did you take any trades today so far, Samrat? So we have like 1 minute till those 5-minute gaps can open up. You said no, I'm just forward testing using TradingView. Good stuff. Nothing wrong with that at all. So once this 5-minute gap opens up, I gotta pay attention, honestly, because I mean, I feel like it's gonna be very telling to me, like how we react off this gap. Like if we tap into it immediately and just react off it, I probably want to target this low down here. But so I mean, if we're able to push down and then invert wherever the highest time frame gap separating us from this unfilled 5-minute gap up here, that'd be something I'd take, but I might not get that. Oh, we're probably gonna tap into that 5-minute. Okay. So I can't take any longs to the unfilled 5-minute gap because it's now filled, but I'm just thinking about if I'd be willing to take a short. honestly, it's kind of tricky for me because I'm thinking like if let's say we come here and invert this 5-minute gap. The only thing is, I like to say we're delivering from something significant, and like I really can't say we're. We barely held. Okay. So we did barely hold this 15-minute gap, like actually barely, and wick down. So I guess we are holding something. So I guess, I mean, if we close this 5-minute, depending on how strong the candle is, I feel like I'd be willing to try it. But I don't think I'm willing to take a short. Because the only gap I see on the 1 minute for a short would be like this 1 minute down here. And like we already traded into it and like we swept these highs, so it's not even the most current price leg. So I feel like that wouldn't be a clean short. I could get crazy high RR in this. You said we're in deep discount, no reason to go short. Yeah, I mean, I kind of like to follow order flow sometimes because I feel like if you just look at how we've reacted since market open, we've been trending down, but we're getting a very clear reaction off this. Honestly, I'm probably gonna end up taking this if we close this 5-minute gap strongly. I'm just marking out where my break even is. This is such a weird break even point again. My break even point's up here. What is that? So we have 30 seconds till this candle closes. So if we close through this 5-minute, I'm gonna try this. I want a strong close to this 5-minute though. Like I don't want a baby close. I'm probably not taking this just yet. Yeah, so I gotta wait till the next 5-minute candle. But I mean, I'd much rather wait for the next candle and have a strong confirmation and then like enter down here and just pray it goes my way. And I mean, honestly, I don't think I'm going to go for a crazy RR. I'm probably going to end up going for 1-to-1 to be honest. Well, 1-to-1 is probably going to be like this, but so I still have 4 minutes till this next candle is going to close. So hopefully it doesn't just fly without me. Definitely could. So I guess while I'm waiting for this to invert though, so like the reasons I would take this if we're going to close through this. So like, I mean, one, so if you look at 10 a.m. open, so we've manipulated below 10 a.m. open. So like, if you ever heard of like, I know people always talk about premium and discount, but I feel like people don't often talk about like premium and discount in terms of time. So like in terms of time, at that 10 a.m. open, we're trading below the 10 a.m. open. So like, I mean, not only have we traded like equilibrium in this range, I'm sure, but we've also traded below 10 a.m. So we're in like an actual discount in terms of equilibrium, and we're also in a time discount. I mean, we're just trending up like higher time frame. I know the 4 hour is not looking too hot right now, but well, 1 hour is starting to wick up after sweeping out these lows, but Cool. So we have like 2.5 minutes till this candle's going to close. I mean, if we get a strong close without hitting my break even, I'm definitely taking this. I gotta clean up my chart. Interesting. We might not close to that gap. There is this 2-minute gap. So, I mean, if you're looking for shorts, there is this 2-minute gap. Honestly, now that I'm looking at this, I might try this short, to be honest. Only because we edged this low down here, higher time frame. And I feel like if we're going to close through it strongly, we'd have to close through it really soon, though. It is, like, against my bias, but I gotta follow order flow. If we're gonna be, like, just dumping, I can't ignore that. Are we gonna hold this gap? I'm gonna try it. We barely closed through that, though. I gotta add another con. Oh, shit. That's better. So I'm low-key a little under risked on this because I'm not too confident in this, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. But so I'll show my executions, because I gotta do that. So hopefully we can kind of dump now. Because we did barely close through that. Cool. So if ES wants to put in S&T and take out this low down here, I'm gonna full close, or just hold for 1-to-1 and move stops to break even. But I want to see this 2-minute candle we're forming right now. I want to see it close strong. Like I really want to see it close strong. Because like we low-key barely closed to this gap right here. I feel like if I was extra cautious, I could have waited until the second candle, but there's a chance it could be dumping like very soon. $20 seconds till this candle's gonna close. I just want it to stay where it is or dump in the next 15 seconds. And then I'll feel a lot more confident in this trade. Okay, that's pretty much what I want to see. I honestly, I might... No, I'm not going to add another. I was considering it, but I'm not going to add another. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about it. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it to go break even at this low over here. No, it's not. So I'm constantly going to be monitoring ES though, because if ES takes the internal low, I'm going to go break even. And I'm either going to full close or I'm going to move my take profit to a 1-to-1. Because I do not want to see that SMT hold. It's looking like ES is dumping stronger right now. Oh, and if you're wondering why my executions look so gross, I actually was trying to add, and I accidentally bought one. So, like, instead of selling more, I bought one, which lowered my position instead of increasing it. But, honestly, I feel like this is a pretty prominent low, honestly. I could see it getting hit, but... play it day by day. I wonder what size stop is this? Interesting. So I wonder what EQ this wick is. So I'm getting ready. I might need to go break even when ES, I'm sorry, takes that most recent internal low. Yeah, that's EQ of the wick. I kind of eyeballed that. We didn't even take, like, I was considering making that the break-even point. Oh, ES took it. It's whatever, honestly. I just feel like when you look at the 2-minute, I feel like, this is a low, which technically, I guess on paper, you could say is the most recent internal low, but, like, I just don't think that's a good break-even point. Like, when you look at this price leg as a whole, I feel like this internal low down here is the real break-even point. So I might have just saved myself from getting stop rated right there. Well, break even stop rated. We'll see though. I mean, we're respecting this 2-minute gap that got formed up here. The only thing I hate about this is, like, if it does stop me out, I have to, like, review, like, because I'm using discretion, I feel like, because ES took this internal low over here. Like, if we just look at my trading plan mechanically, like, it does tell me to go break even when stuff like that happens. I feel like when you look at TradingView though, right? I want to show you ES. Like, look at ES. I really think ES really wants this low down here. You can see NQ's kind of moving down. Oh, that's why my stop isn't right. I actually have like a 20-point stop. It's whatever. I'm under risk. I'm okay with it. I want to see this thing dump. So we took this low right here. I'm honestly still not willing to go break even. Because I'm just viewing, like, I'm not saying that, like, this 2-minute... Where's my drawing tool? Right, like, this 2-minute, you could say, based off of, like, this price leg, that we took the internal high or low, if you zoom in. But in my opinion, I'm viewing this 2-minute price leg is, like, from here to here. So we still haven't really hit the break-even point, in my opinion. Let's hope I don't get proved wrong. I mean, this is definitely an area where you could look to go break even. The weird thing is, I feel like NQ is starting to move more bearish right now. I feel like ES is kind of pulling back, which is good for me. No, it did not freeze. I feel like it wants to go down. It just can't. It's just struggling. So we're entering the 11 a.m. macro though, because like the last 10 minutes in each direction, so like the 10 minutes before and after all these hourly closes are significant. So like 11 a.m. right, 10:50 to 11:10. I feel like we always get good moves during that period. You said I needed to just shoot down. Me too, Jake. Me too, Jake. Jake, I think you're my good luck charm. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Jake. Oh my god, you're my good luck charm, Jake. Oh my god, Jake. Jake, stay here, please. Don't leave. You said same trade, by the way? W. Good stuff, Jake. Oh, you're my good luck charm, Jake. Oh my god. So this is the reaction I wanted to see a long time ago. You said push, yeah. I mean, honestly, when we're getting displacement like this, though, at this point, I start to get more confident in trades like this. Because, like, we're displacing to this low. Like, it's kind of obvious we want to go there. Like, the only time I would early close or, like, do something out of plan is, like, I'm looking at ES right now. Like, if ES takes this low, I'm going to get a little scared. But until NQ or ES takes this low, like, I'm trying to target this. This is a 2-minute inverse, right? Not the... Yeah, 2-minute inverse. Because there isn't a 3-minute gap I missed now. Oh, be nice to me, Nasdaq. See you tomorrow, Doc Ignite. I appreciate you stopping by. So I'm getting ready. If ES takes us low, I'm full closing. But ES did not take it yet. So I'm not full closing yet. Come on, you were so close. So close. You said, ah, nah. Yeah, I mean, I would be scared if ES took the low, but ES never took the low. So, I gotta hold it until it hits the low. I mean, I know right now in this moment, this move might look a little scary. But, like, ES hasn't taken the low yet. So I'm still confident in this. I hate how ES isn't even like... NQ is pulling back so hard, but ES is not doing the same. So I'm at 1-1 right now. So if ES takes the low, I'll still be full closing. So ES is getting mad close to this low. It's like 2 points away. I will be full closing when ES takes this low. So close. It's mad close. I'm out there. So ES took the low. I'm out there. I'm up $644 on my 5 Top Step Express funded accounts. I took only 1 trade today. I did it on live stream as always. I took this 2-minute inverse. So we closed to this 2-minute. We were delivering from a 5-minute gap. And then higher time frame, there was just this prominent low we were trending toward. So I took this 1 trade in the day. I'm live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok as always. W day. So I'm going to break down my logic behind that trade. Like everything pretty much. Like why I closed there. And everything pretty much. I always love though. Like I remember before I was like, should I add another contract? And it's like once the trade runs like that, it's always like, damn, I should have added that contract. But it's whatever. I wasn't... At the time this setup formed, I wasn't too confident until it started running. But I got to break down. So why did I take this trade, right? So coming into market open at 9:30, right? So we put in this SNT right up here at 9:30, where you can see that NQ came up and swept out this high, but ES actually never took out that high. So like you said, I might just be copying you. 2 trades I've copied from you and both were perfect. I'm not going to judge, bro. Good stuff, bro. Keep it up. W. But so we put in this SNT at the high, right? So after that, we started trending down. And yes, I was looking for longs. He said, let's go, we hit. Yeah, bro. Let's go, Jake. Good stuff. But so I was bullish for the longest time today. Because like higher time frame, when we start on the daily, right? On the daily, we technically are moving in bullish order flow, right? There's this unmitigated daily fair value gap, which I was talking about was my draw for the day. But and we came really close to it. I feel like when we come close to these areas but never hit them, I just feel like they're good targets. So and on top of that, this is a prominent high. I always talk about how I love to target prominent highs and lows. So like imagine if I like backed away from this chart, right? I came really far back. This high up here is going to be so obvious to you. So I feel like those obvious highs and lows are good targets. So I was trying to target this high and its unmitigated daily fair value gap. But the thing is, like if we're going to open at market open, have a Judas push up, which Judas is pretty much like a counter trend move. Because like if we are going to continue down all day, right? We're going to need something to react off of, right? So we're going to go the opposite way and sweep out these highs. So it's trapping in all these breakout traders that think, oh, we're breaking out, but we're just going to go the opposite way, right? So like I was trying to take some longs off of like these 15-minute fair value gaps that we were reacting off of, because I was saying the Judas move didn't happen yet in my head. I was thinking this push down right here was the manipulation before we continue higher time frame. But it's possible, at least for this 9:30 a.m. move, it's looking like we manipulated up here and then we distributed down. So I was looking in the wrong direction. So honestly, it became really apparent to me that I needed to look for shorts when we opened up this 5-minute gap right here, and then we respect it, and then we inverted the highest time frame fair value gap, separating us from this most recent higher low, right? So pretty much like imagine time frame alignment, right? We're tapping into this bearish 5-minute, and then we create this bullish 2-minute, which is the highest time frame gap, and then we close through it really quickly. So we're disrespecting it. So like we're respecting a bearish PD array and disrespecting bullish. So order flow is obviously going down, right? So like honestly, even though I kept saying until now I want longs, like this setup right here is something that makes my head go ding, ding, ding. You need to take a short, bro. And the thing that made me hesitate, right, was we didn't strongly close through this gap. Like we barely closed through it. So that made me really hesitant. And I also, I was messing up my position size. I was trying to add one more, and then I sold one. So then I had to buy 2 more. So it kind of messed up my entry. So it's kind of like here. And I was thinking, you know what? I was either going to have to risk like, I risked like 420, I think, or I'd probably have to risk like a little bit over 500. I wasn't trying to risk over 500, to be honest. So I just went on the lower risk side. I took that trade. I would have went in full position, honestly, down here, but I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I wasn't willing to add. I don't know why, but we closed to that gap. So now that we've inverted that gap, though, the most obvious draw is this most recent internal high or low connected to that price leg. So I was waiting for either NQ or ES to take out this most recent internal high or low. So, like, yeah, I could have targeted, like, this low down here, because I ended up selling somewhere around here for, it looks like a 1 to 2, but my entry actually ended up being somewhere, like, around here. But, yeah, so I could have targeted this low down here. I could have targeted this low down here. But, I personally just like, I call it targeting the low-hanging fruit. So what's most obvious to me? So I'm saying the most obvious thing in this whole day's price action is when we close this gap, this low right here, 110% obvious is getting hit. So like, and there was actually one point in this trade where I know who was it? Like Jake, he took it as well, and he's saying, oh, like why is it coming up? It's kind of scary. And like in real time, don't get me wrong, I was a little scared seeing this too. But I always try to keep in mind when I feel stuff like that, like if we look at ES came really close to this low, but it never took it. So my trade idea is still valid. Like my trade idea is only invalidated when we're taking this most recent internal high or low. So like this was honestly, I usually don't go for like high risk reward trades like this, but yeah, I mean, it was just pretty clear. And yeah, we did hit right this low. All these areas I'm having marked out are just hitting. But does anyone have any questions on anything I took today? You said thoughts on Netflix right now. Honestly, I don't really look at stocks too often. I pretty much just focus in on like indexes like the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. But I mean, based on the knowledge I have though of like day trading, I would say, I mean, it's a good pullback because like I look at like mitigation zones, right? Like you got to think like it was consolidating here and we broke out, and right now we're retesting these like consolidation zones right here. or like mitigation zones, you could call them. And that's also, you could call it a breaker. I don't know if you're too familiar with ICT concepts, right? Like we had this internal kind of downtrend that kind of formed over here, and then we broke above it. So this is like the breaker. But I mean, honestly though, I'm sure with long-term stocks, you gotta look like balance sheets, stuff like that. I mean, I'm a Nasdaq guy. But I guess no one else probably has any questions. But also, make sure you guys join my free Discord. It's going to be in my bio in that pinned comment. And also, make sure you check out Alpha Futures. They are my favorite prop firm. If you use discount code 10B272, it's going to get you 10% off all evaluations. And they actually do have some sale going on right now, where if you buy, it's one of the 50K standard account, it's buy one, get one free for the next like 48 hours. So for the rest of today and the rest of tomorrow, you can do buy one, get one free on the standard accounts. Although make sure you use discount code 10B272, or else you won't get the discount. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else more to explain. I mean, I think I laid out why I took that trade pretty clearly. But yeah, it's just last chance if anyone has any questions. But I'll show my P&L, because some people be weird about that. They're like, "Are you sure you took this trade?" But I mean, so see, I'm up $644, and I risked like 420, so that's like a 1 to 1.5. This got copied across all 5. You can see they're all express funded accounts, right? All these trades got taken on all of them. Technically, what am I up? 600 times 5? Does that mean I just had a 3K day? Okay. But yeah, and these accounts I recently added to the stack. And then these are the accounts I've been trading. So these accounts right here, I'd be scared to say things out loud. You said, could you check BITF too? Yeah, why not? But damn, I could take a payout if I wanted to right now. I'm not going to. Me personally, what I want to do with this account is, I think honestly, I'm trying to get to 3K, and then I can take that 1K payout across 3 accounts. Well, these 3 accounts. So I'll take that 1K payout across 3 accounts, and that'll be like 3K payout. But then I'll still be able to leave 2K in all 5 of the accounts at that point. But you said check. Yeah, I'll check whatever. BITF. Bitfarms? Is that a crypto stock? Is this a penny stock? Yeah, I'm sorry, bro, but like, I mean, the right answer is I'm not the right guy to ask about this. I'm not a penny stock guy, and honestly, in my personal opinion, I think penny stocks are kind of gambling, to be honest. But yeah, I'm sorry, I can't give really any input on that. Also, I mean, with one thing with that though, I feel like people always ask me questions on like all these different types of things. Like, I can definitely try to give you the best answer that I possibly can, but I feel like I like to you said all good, thanks, yeah, of course. But I like to think of myself as like a one-trick pony. Like, there are people out there that trade penny stocks and do really good, and there's people out there that do like swing trading and do really good, right? But I feel like some of the best traders, they're not good at many things. Like, they don't swing trade and day trade. Like, they don't do all these things. They're not all over the place. They kind of like find one strategy, like one thing they trade. Like, I trade the Nasdaq, and I trade 1 time a day all the time. So like, there's a lot of constants, or like if I trade the Nasdaq every single morning at the same time frame. You said you done for NY? Oh yeah, I'm definitely done for NY today. Yeah, I'm done trading for today. But oh yeah, but essentially all I'm saying is I trade like a one-trick pony. I feel like the best traders are just good at one specific thing, and like they don't venture out because they know like just being good at one thing is beneficial, right? Because like I was saying before I lost my train of thought, was like, imagine if like I do this. I sit in front of these charts from 9:30 until 11:10. I watch just the Nasdaq and the S&P 500, and I've done this day in and day out for years now. Like, do you think my mind is not going to subconsciously start recognizing these patterns? And like, I don't know, there's these little things, like, I don't, like, if you guys were here earlier in the stream, there was this 30-second I wanted to take, like, I can't remember where it was. There was some 30-second inversion I was eyeing, and I literally said, I have a feeling it's not going to work out. And I literally passed up in the trade because of an intuition I had, and the trade failed. So like stuff like that. But yeah, I guess no one probably has any questions, but I do appreciate every single one of you stopping by today. I will be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream starts at 10 a.m. though, because there's economic news. I'm just double checking so I don't give you guys false information. Yeah, so tomorrow's stream is 10 a.m. and then for the rest of the week it'll be 9:30 every single day. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your day and just join that free Discord if you aren't in there already. But peace out. You said, how was today? I mean, it was pretty good, Andrew. Caught one win. You can look at the recording on my YouTube if you want to see what trade I took. But peace out, everyone.